and we will go ahead and get started tonight. I wanted to go over a couple things first. I wanted to remind you guys about the July challenge that we have going on. So Harriet, she won our first half of the month and she got her $75 in credits. There's still a whole nother $75 in credits up for grabs from the middle of the month to the end of the month. So we are in that now. And I just wanted to remind you guys of that. So that's in the team page. And I called it like turn up the heat in July. So it's in a nutshell, it's selling 3 trials, you get 1 point. Enrolling a customer on $100 plus order, and this is a brand new customer, you get 1 point. Consistent 1 reel per day for 7 days, you get a point. Enroll a promoter on a pack gives you 2 points. Hosting a team Zoom, Karen's going to lead us next week, or go live in the team page. Okay, that's our relentless page that earns you 3 points. Hosting an opportunity event, either the team one on Tuesdays or a personal one. We want you guys to go through and actually make it an event though on Facebook, where you date it, you time it, you talk about it. Karen's going to lead our team event tomorrow. So that will earn you 3 points if you do one of those. And again, it doesn't have to be the teams. It can be a personal one, but I do want you to get into the mindset of I'm a professional. I'm going to make this an event. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to invite my potentials, all of that, because it's a whole different vibe than just going live on your page and talking about the business. Completely different. And we are more than happy to do dual with you. So just reach out if you want to get one of those scheduled. And then the last 2 I have on here is helping somebody go VIP 800, 3 points, and then personally completing VIP 800, 5 points. And remember, just like Lindsay says all the time, like every 14 days is a new 14 days. I think we've all kind of gotten the gist of that with these VIP resets. Those are available until tomorrow. So keep pushing for those. It is not over yet. And then I want to, before I forget, because I know my brain will forget, we are going to be wrapping up this month doing that challenge. And I have a whole nother challenge planned for August. So get prepared for that. And for August, we're going to be very customer heavy. Harriet and I have been talking about what like direction we want to go with you guys. And we want to start talking like customer retention, the customer relationship, diving into the customer page a little bit more and what exactly that looks like. So get ready for that. But we wanted to kind of bring to you guys, and you can put in the chat here or into the Telegram chat. We were thinking about what if we took, and this will be completely different from the challenge itself, but what if we took it upon ourselves as leaders in this team, if we took it upon ourselves to learn, like pick one product and learn a little bit about it so that you can go and educate somebody else on it. Mainly being the customer page, but also like it might give you that little boost of confidence to talk about your products or a plus line product or something on your personal page in a different light, shedding a different light on it. So think about that. That's something that we wanted to do for the month of August, but we can certainly open it up now if that's something that you guys want to do. But I was thinking like if we all had, whoever wanted to do it, it's not mandatory by any means, but if we all had like one product that we wanted to pick, let's say Karen picked one product, I picked one product, Harriet picks a different product, and we go like dive in. And I'm not talking about surface level information like these capsules give you energy. I'm talking about like what's important about the capsules that people need to know, what's important about the shakes or Black Label specifically, or rest or balance or thirst. Why does it matter to them, right? Why does it matter? So that we can kind of educate ourselves, educate our customers more, and then have that information to be able to bring to your social media as well, plus learning from what we all kind of find out. So I'm talking about diving into those products, whatever one you pick, researching maybe some ingredients, maybe looking it up, maybe reaching out to support and saying, asking questions about a particular product that maybe you've had that you've never been able to answer, or yada, yada. So think about that. I think it is important that we educate ourselves on the importance, not just the value of what we bring to the table, right? Like we share the value as in like, this gives you great energy. This gives you patience with your kiddos. You're going to be a better mom. You'll be a better person. You'll be healthier. You'll be able to take care of yourself better because you'll be like internally in a better place, right? Feeling really good throughout your day. But like, why does that matter to people a little bit? And maybe go a little bit more ingredients wise. So let me know what you guys think about that. But for August, we're going to be diving into customers. Okay. So tonight I wanted to kind of give you guys, I guess more or less a refresher on selling. And I feel like everybody gets like, whenever we talk about selling. But one thing that, and I know I've been saying this a lot lately, and you just have to forgive me for this, but I've fallen in love with Kristen Boss. And one thing that she says, selling is the highest form of service when you believe in what you got. Okay. And so a lot of people are like, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to come across salesy. And it's all in the intent that you're putting out your content, the intent that you're doing your face-to-face on your stories. If you are like always attached to the outcome in getting the sale and selling the trial, signing the customer, signing the promoter versus how can I serve this person? What message do they need to hear from me today? Is there a mama on the other side of the screen that literally can't pay her bills? And maybe she just needs somebody to show up on social media and say, I have empathy for you because I know what that feels like. And I want you to know you have options, right? Like that feels totally different than I have a great opportunity, $800 in your first 2 weeks. Like who could use some extra money? Everybody could use some extra money right now, right? Like that feels totally different. And of course, when you come at it from that perspective, you are going to feel salesy and your audience is going to feel sold to, and nobody wants to feel sold to, but they do want to feel served. And that's the reason why they continue to follow you. They continue to watch your content. And one thing that she says a lot is she talks about, because the people that she coaches, Kristen Boss specifically, she only coaches network marketers. She's not here for like other business owners. She is here for network marketers specifically. And she says, as an industry, just like in general, when you're talking about using social media as a platform, so we've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, when you put out content that has educational value, when you put out content that's funny, when you put out content, some people put out content that's controversial, right? I don't condone that necessarily, but what I'm saying is that kind of content is of course going to get higher engagement than when you're sharing about your product or you're sharing about your business. That is normal. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with your product. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your comp plan. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. And so please know that when you get 2 likes on a business post, but you put a picture of your kids up and you get 50 likes, there's nothing wrong with your business. Right? It's just the way that people have been engaging in network marketing posts for a long time. And eventually the scales will tip. I promise it will. But you have got to adopt the mindset of I am serving somebody today by sharing my value and what I have to say about my product, my business, or whatever. And I want you to have fun with your selling, because if it's not fun, there's no point in doing it. Absolutely no point in doing it, because people are going to feel that from you. People are going to feel if you're not enjoying it. People are going to feel if you're stressed. People are going to feel if you are just like checking off a box and you're like, I got to put a post up today. Like I've got to make it happen. They're going to feel that. And by no means am I saying that there's not a grace period. There's definitely a grace period when it comes to putting up content and learning how to post and learning how to write content that grabs their attention and grabs their feelings. Sorry, you guys, I'm not keeping up with this chat. Serving others, it's on my IPA list. Absolutely. You guys, I cannot keep, this is getting me so sidetracked. A lot of people that trust the product have run into a lot of that, who don't trust the product. Absolutely. So we're actually going to get into that tonight. I took a couple notes, and these are my worst, in my mind, these are my worst trainings when I don't have all my notes on my paper and I have some on my phone because it gets locked out. So bear with me here. But I wrote down here some notes that I took from a coaching call with Kristen. And she was saying that I know we've heard this before, but we're in network marketing. You have to network and you have to market. And there is, again, a grace period in learning how to do that. And I've told you guys plenty of times before that I've been the person who put up Pinterest quotes and thought that people were just going to come to me and know that I had a business and know that I had a product that they could buy. And I was just going to be like a 200K in like a year. Like it was just going to happen. Right. But she says that if you're posting content consistently, which I was not doing for probably the first 2 years in business. Okay. If you're posting consistently, you're putting out content consistently, you're showing up daily, you've completed half the battle. Half the battle is showing up. Okay. Maybe we need to tweak a little bit of what we're posting, but like the actual showing up to the game, that is 50% of the battle. The other 50% of the battle is actually being social on the platform. Right. So we're talking about not posting and ghosting. What that means is, and I'm so guilty of this is something that I'm still working through, especially as a busy mom of 2 littles. I work, I have all the excuses that I could be throwing at it, but there's plenty of times where it's like, it's taken all that I could to just post for the day, to get my reel up for the day. And by the end of the day, I'm like, oh my gosh, didn't even connect with anybody. Right. And I look back at, you can look at your, like your insights on Instagram. I love those, but you can look back at your insights and see, am I growing and am I connecting? Because it will show that your engagement is either up or it's going to show that it's negative. It's going to show that your following is up or it's in the negative. And that will give you like, I'm sorry for cussing, but it ain't gonna bullshit you, right? Like the Instagram insights are gonna tell you what you're doing on the platform. And sometimes it can be a real rude awakening to say, you know what? Because we get into our heads and we're like, I'm doing all the things. I'm posting, I'm doing a reel a day. Look at this person over here. She's not even doing a reel a day. And I'm over here, I've been doing a reel a day for like 9 months, right? No, but guess what? This person might be connecting in the backgrounds, connecting in the DMs more than you. And so it might not be as important for all of the content, right? And that was in the podcast that I shared with you guys in our team chat the other day from Bob Heilig. I love his stuff too, Your Virtual Upline, if you need another podcast to kind of listen to. But he was saying that it's not necessarily about like putting out 15 things of content for the day. You don't have to go live every single day. You don't have to put up 3 posts a day. You don't have to do 3 reels a day. What's more important is that you do show up for your business, meaning at least one piece of content in some form, live, regular post, or a reel or whatever, some sort of content, but then like your main focus needs to be in connecting with people in the DMs. And I'm not talking about messaging them and saying, hey, would you like to try my product, or would you be open to the business? I'm talking about maybe watching their stories, looking to see what they're doing, looking to see what kind of content they're posting. Can you give any value in the comments to what they're posting? Are they asking questions in their content that maybe you can answer? Going into groups and commenting and being social there, being like the little friend that, is always just giving support or whatever. Like, how are you connecting with people? And realistically, we really should be connecting with like 5 to 10 people a day. And I know that sounds crazy, but when you can connect with that many people a day, that's a job well done, right? And I know that I used to put on my IPA list, make a friend. And that was a stretch for me for the longest time, because like for the longest time, I was very like surface level, like sending the heart emojis, like responding to their stories and like thinking that they were just going to like start talking to me. Right. Like I'm very like introverted. Like I'd rather stay in my sweatpants. If you cancel plans on me, I love it. It's just my thing. I just like to be by myself. I don't like to talk to people a lot. I love you guys, but like, I just don't like to talk to people a lot. At work, I'm like very much in my lane. Like, I don't care about your drama. Like, if I could wear earbuds at work, I'd be so peachy if I could wear earbuds at work and just like be in my own lane and like just do a task. I say that all the time. This is a little sidetrack, but I wish I just had a job where I could do a task and not have to worry about like if my calculation was going to kill somebody, right? Anyways, but I don't like talking to people. But what I noticed in my business in the beginning part, at least of 2022, is like I was hiding from that. I was hiding from connecting with people. And that's a huge adjustment that I've had to make, that I'm humble enough as your leader to say, like, guess what? I'm not perfect. I don't have it all figured out, but I am able to have the emotional intelligence to say, this is where it's not working. And I'm not going to sit in the excuse of that I'm doing everything and the business is wrong and the comp plan is wrong. There's something with the product that's wrong. There's something with my leadership. It's not meant to be. It's just not my timing. Like, I'm not going to sit in that. I cannot afford to sit in that, because I know what I have my hands on. I know I have a passion for the product. I know I have a passion for our leadership here and for this business. And so I had to adopt that mindset of selling is the highest form of service when you believe in what you got. And so just keep that in the back of your mind, that maybe you're only doing 50% right now. Maybe you are consistently, building that resilient muscle and you're posting consistently, but maybe you are not doing the connecting part, or maybe you're connecting like crazy, but like you haven't like posted in 5 days. I don't know. Just keep in mind that there's always going to be that balance that you're fighting to keep that equilibrium. Okay. Equally, is that the right word? I don't even know. But let's see. So if you're doing all of that, then what she was talking about, that I wanted to kind of dive into a little bit, is if you're doing all the things, like if you truly can say you're doing all the things, you're connecting, you're posting, it's valuable, it's educational, it's inspirational, sometimes you're doing all the things, then you deserve a pat on the back. Okay. And you're doing a great job. If that's you, you're doing a great job. But maybe you need to talk about objections more. And what that means is that when you are talking about your product, or you're in your stories or your content or whatever, you have to understand that, like I said, your business and your product posts are going to get the least amount of engagement on your platform. It's just a known fact. It is what it is. We cannot get all butthurt about it. But you have to understand and go into the mindset every single day when you're showing up to not get defeated over the numbers, to not keep swiping down to see if you got more likes, to see if anything refreshes. Okay. We can't keep going back to our stories to see how many people are viewing it, to listen to it again and again and again, because it sounds great, right? And we did so good and we're so proud of ourselves. Like, we can't keep living in that. We can't keep doing that. But brain fart, hold on. Talk about objections. Okay. And so what that means is you have to understand that if you're doing all the things, there are people, right? Do you guys believe that there are people who are watching you, who are the equivalent of like you and your Amazon right now, and like you have things in the cart, but you haven't hit purchase yet? Right? Anybody else guilty of that? But like, you have to believe that those people are out there and that they're literally ready. Like, they want to buy from you. They're ready to buy from you, but they're in the cart. Okay. They are in the cart, and you just got to sell them a little bit more on maybe the value or the objections that they have. And so a lot of the objections that we have are what? Price. What are some objections? 3-day minis. Absolutely. Minis are where it's at, you guys. That's the bread and butter. Price is what people have objections with. People have objections with not knowing all the details of the product. Sometimes not knowing like what's in it, not knowing, let's see, time is a huge objection, especially for the business. Not believing that people are going to buy from them. That's a huge objection for the business that I've heard. And so you've been here long enough that you know what people come to you with. What keeps you unread in the messages? Words are hard tonight, you guys. But what keeps the conversation stale is their objection, right? So you've heard somebody say, I just can't afford it right now. You heard somebody say, I just don't know if I have time to do a business like you, or I just don't have the confidence. I don't think that I could show up on social media like that. I just don't think that I don't have anybody that would buy from me. All of these things. You know what their objections are. So can we start to speak on them a little bit? And I actually tested this out a little bit yesterday. And I was just like, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to talk about objections. And so I talked about basically like the price of promoter packs. And I was like, you know what? It's a one-time investment that you get so much value on. Right. And so you could talk about that. You could talk about like, and I said, like, it would be expensive if you didn't have great leadership. It would be expensive if you came in and you were taught slimy, cold messaging, sales tactics. It would be expensive if all these things, right? And I said, that would be expensive. That would be expensive if you were just like thrown to the wolves. But it's not expensive when you have all this value, when you have the leadership, when you have the systems in place to teach you how to make your first $100. You can teach somebody to make $100. You know that, right? You can teach somebody to sell 4 samples, 25, 50, 75, 100. That's their first $100. Every single one of you have sold a sample before, right? So there's no doubt in my mind that you can't go help somebody make their first $100. And that's where it starts for them. That's where the vision starts for them. And so if we can get into a habit of maybe talking about those objections a little bit and putting your spin on it and saying like, I was scared what people were going to think about me too, but like, I'm so much more confident now. I believe in myself now. I set boundaries in my life now. Like I'm so much stronger, and I didn't even know I needed that. I just wanted money. I just wanted to not always have to leave my babies for a paycheck. Right. And it's all these things that you don't even realize that you're getting. Like you've got to sell them on the tangibles, but also the intangibles. So your tangibles are like, you're going to have a lot more energy. You're going to feel bomb, right? Your intangible is you're going to show up better for your kids, right? And I know we've talked about this a little bit before too. But you have to go into that mindset every single day of saying, people are in my cart. How can I help them? How can I serve them more so that I can help them get to a point where they will purchase from me because I know that I can help them, right? Sometimes we get into the mindset of also saying like something's wrong with the business, something's wrong with my leadership, people keep leaving, or something's wrong with the product, I can't sell a sample, there must be something wrong with the product. But if you're constantly going at your business from that mindset, then you're not selling from a problem solving space, right? And so it's our job to kind of think, okay, why aren't they clicking? Why aren't they clicking purchase? Why aren't they clicking add to cart? Like, is there more value that I can add? And so this is kind of why I do want to go into that customer retention with you guys next month, but dive into the products a little bit more with you as well. Because it's our job to solve their problems from an empowered place, from a place of, I believe that I can help you. I believe that I can help you make $100 next Tuesday. I believe that I can help you earn some VIP bonuses. I believe that I can help you better your health, right? And so you have to believe in what you have. And if you have any shadow of doubt in the product line that you're selling, people are going to feel it. And I encourage you to stop taking your products for 3 days, and you will remember why you love these products so much. You will remember, I remember on detox, I was like, I'm never doing detox again because I can't have my capsules. I am cranky. Even my husband notices, like if I run out, I ran out the other day. I think Karen ran out too. I ran out and he's like, you haven't had your vitamins yet. Like you're so cranky. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Right. But like, if you stop taking your products for 3 days, you're going to reignite your passion for your products by accident. And maybe that might be the reset that you need. Because you have to have full faith, full belief in what you're selling. Otherwise people are going to feel that. Let's see. Where was I on my notes? Bear with me. Oh, we got through a lot, you guys. Okay. When you're selling from that place, it like your conversation looks totally different, which is what we kind of went over. If you've ever, so we talked about like belief in the product. If you don't believe in the price, and this is sometimes what happens to us, accidentally, I'm going to say, when you come into the business and you purchased whatever pack you purchased or however you came into the business, if it was expensive for you in that moment, you're going to carry that belief around and you're going to pass that along to your new potential who's about to sign with you. And you in conversation, or it's going to come off that you feel your product is expensive. If you feel that your product is expensive, then you have not sold yourself on the value of your product. And if you can't sell yourself on the value of your product, then you cannot sell anybody else on the value of your product, right? If you do not wholeheartedly believe that your CAPSEs are going to make you feel different in the first 15 minutes of your day, and that it can help somebody get rid of their coffee habit, get rid of their energy drink habit. Like, I literally don't know why I went to Walmart to get my groceries on a Sunday. Like, I'm so used to ordering, but I just needed groceries and I hate going on the weekends. But there's this person who was literally putting cases of Monster energy drinks in his cart. And he's probably like 19, but still, like, he was putting in his cart and his friend was like, you think you can carry that? And he's like, well, I don't know. I mean, it's already $60. And I'm just like, oh my God, you're spending $60 on energy drinks and it's so unhealthy for you, right? But like, if you could sell somebody on the importance of making a healthier change that's going to actually make you feel better, that's going to actually make you show up differently in your life, then soul, baby, right? And so sometimes it's just that little flip of, why is this important to them? Why is this important to them? And so it's our job to always, always, always think about our customer. I think we've talked about value a lot before. Also, we want to make sure that we're being very careful with defensive objections. And I saw this a lot with like COVID. People would say like, don't you wish you had like an extra stream of income now? Or, you know, they'll use the economic situation or fear, like they'll do fear mongering to basically make people feel like they have to join the business or buy the product or whatever. So just be very careful that we're not like coming out in that like tacky way of like, don't you wish you had more income, or you spend $200 at Target, why can't you buy products from me? Like, just be very careful with that. And we want to always make sure that we're coming to our customers from, I think, an empathetic point of view. Like, I've been there. Like, I know what it's like to not be able to pay my bills. I know what it's like to feel like I needed coffee, but like feel super jittery all day and not like have any energy to take care of myself, even still after like 3 cups of coffee, right? Always empathize with them, always step back to who you were before Thrive, because that's who they are right now. And just keep that to the forefront of your business every single day. And that's how you start connecting with people. I missed all of these. You guys were done in 30 minutes. I missed all of these comments, but if there's anything else that you guys want to add to, let me know. I hope this was a good refresher. I think it's a good mindset refresher every now and then, just to kind of go back to, okay, am I actually speaking to people the way that I need to speak to them? Am I connecting with hearts? Am I connecting with people? Am I consistent in my posting? Like, just like a little checkup for my business. Where do I need to evolve, and where do I need to grow? And it takes a lot of emotional intelligence to look at your business and say, you know what, maybe I'm not doing everything that I need to be doing, or maybe I can like release some energy here, and give a little bit more energy there. And maybe that will be a bigger ROI for my business than doing what I'm currently doing. Right. So I love you guys. Locked on auto ship. Oh yeah, that's an objection. Talk about that. Talk about that we don't have mandatory auto ships. Talk about how, and I love that we're like putting fresh energy into our customer page, because I feel like that is something that we need to sell just as much as we sell a product, right? We need to sell the community there. We need to sell, because yeah, those are our customers, but like those are really great potentials as well. And if we serve them very well in that space, then they're going to be more connected to us, and they might pop a vision for the business at some point, right? You never know. And so it's our job, it's our responsibility. And I never want to like sign somebody as a customer and then feel like they're not taken care of. That just like, it just feels icky. You know, I've ordered from other MLMs before and it's just like, they only reached out when it was a sale, or, you know, they never checked on me to see like if what I ordered was actually working for me. And then I felt like I was just ordering because I don't know, I'm an Enneagram 2 and I like to please people. And I just felt like I had to keep people happy, you know, as in that stage of my life. And, you know, I never want people to feel like that. I love you guys and being very real and very honest with you tonight. But we never want people to feel like that. We want people to feel loved, supported, heard, all the things. I was also thinking real quick before we hop off here, I was also thinking about revamping the customer page and putting some questions when they join. I don't remember if I have them in right now, but I think I have like who's your direct enroller or something like that. But I want to put questions like, why did you buy the product? Right? Or what information would you love to learn more about? Right? Just kind of questions like that so that we can kind of gauge like where we can serve them better in that space. And so anyways, I hope this was helpful, you guys. I'm excited to dive into customer retention with you guys for August. We've got a lot of things that we're going to be doing, another challenge, right? For us to really get into that business mindset of I'm going to take care of my people. I'm going to take care of my people, right? And Karen's going to lead us next week. She's going to Indiana local, right? Aren't you going to that? And she's going to bring back any kind of tips, insight.
And it looks like it, from what I gathered from the post, is there's going to be anywhere between 25 and 40 other leaders there.
Awesome.
I think Mallory's one of the, I think she's the host. I think she's the one hosting it. And then Katie's going to be there. And then there's, I can't even, like, all the names are just floating through my head right now, but I think there's going to be anywhere between 25 and 40 other leaders that had clicked going and interested. So it's going to be a thing. So yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be great. Just go there with an open heart and an open mind to say, how can I learn from this experience?
And right? I messaged Katie and I was like, do I need to bring anything? And she's like, just a notepad. And I'm like, well, I mean, those I have. So yeah, I actually have my Lavelle one. So I might take that one just for special occasion. Haven't used it yet. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a drive though. So
it'll all be good. To be continued on that, you guys. I love you guys and we'll talk to you later.